Altaf Hussain.
Thank you, Presiding Officer. Minister, this week we mark Anti-Bullying Week. Bullying can take many forms and occur in many settings, from the playground to the boardroom, for too many people are subjected to bullying. And that bullying usually relates to a protected characteristic. Last week, a report to Bridgend County Borough Council highlighted a large uptick in racist abuse in schools across the county borough. Minister, how are you working with the Minister of Education in order to tackle racist bullying in our schools?
Thank you very much, Altaf Hussain, for that really important question. We've just had an exchange, a really important exchange about tackling bullying in schools in relation to our rights, respect, equality bullying guidance, which is actually being updated. And, of course, this fits completely with the Anti-Racist Wales Action Plan. And, indeed, yesterday I was very pleased to have the opportunity to go to an inset day in Cardiff on how schools in Cardiff, bringing together, were subscribing to the Anti-Racist Wales Action Plan via the Diversity Anti-Racism Professional Learning, which is coming from, which has been led by, supported by the Welsh Government and led by Cardiff Metropolitan University. And the teachers there and the pupils there I met signed up to our Anti-Racist Wales Action Plan. And of course, a part of that is making sure and identifying any incidences of bullying. But also what was so wonderful about that school is that they produced their own Anti-Racist Wales Action Plan. The school I visited, St Paul's Church in Wales School in Grangetown, and they were proud of it, and they believe that this is the way in which they can learn effectively as citizens of Cardiff and of Wales.
Thank you, Minister. I would like to expand upon the answer Jane Bryant got earlier. We know that bullying, whether that is racist abuse, attacks related to child's disability or anti-LGBT, can be relentless in this modern tech-enabled era. There is often no escape. Minister, how is your government working with the 4 police cybercrime teams and Tareen to help get the message out to young people that not only is this type of bullying a potential hate crime, but could also be a cyber crime? Surely the best way to tackle this type of bullying is to educate young people of the consequences of such actions.
I'm also grateful for that question and the follow-on question. As I said, we're updating our statutory anti-bullying guidance, led, of course, by the Minister for Education and Welsh Language. It's also really important that it's strengthening approaches to prevent and tackle any prejudice-based bullying of all forms. And of course, we've also heard about this is going to be including homophobic and transphobic bullying as well. But in terms of the wide range of bullying, which can, of course, be part and lead to hate crimes, we know that our curriculum, our new curriculum, which has been rolled out in schools, is helping us tackle this. I think what's important is that we're working with stakeholders, including the police, in fact. And I think, as you say, this is something which we have to recognise in terms of cyber-based bullying as well. It's something where we've got a multi-agency action plan, for example, to tackle peer-on-peer sexual harassment in education settings, and very specific actions in terms of the way we can address this, but particularly, I think, considering the needs of learners with protected characteristics.
Thank you again, Minister. Of course, the consequences of this type of bullying go far beyond the potentials for a crime record for the bullying. The bullied individuals has to deal with them long after the abuse has stopped, often dealing with lifelong trauma. Sadly, as has been recently highlighted by a report from Samaritans UK, many LGBTQ young people take their own lives. As many as 1 in 4 reported a past suicide attempt. Samaritans UK are calling for better support network for LGBT young people. Lived experiences advisor have said that sometimes the most important support people can get is from within their community. Recreational and well-being groups led by and for LGBTQ people can be a lifeline. Minister, what can the Welsh Government do to help establish and finance such groups? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I think this very much follows on from the responses from the Deputy Minister for Social Partnership earlier on. And it is good that you have drawn our attention to reports like the one from Samaritans UK, and that we link closely to and look at any evidence that we can have and any recommendations to support us. But I did mention the curriculum, and I think what's been becoming very clear that our relationships and sexuality education strand of the curriculum is very important and is assisting, helping learners to form and maintain a range of relationships based on mutual trust and respect. That's the foundation of relationships and sexuality education. And you know, schools and settings have such an important role to play. I mean, I can only just reflect on what a change that would have been for our Deputy Minister, and I know this has been expressed in the Chamber. If we'd had that relationships and sexuality education, you know, during your childhood and other childhoods here today. And what's very important is the empowerment, safety and respect strand of the mandatory RSE code. So I do believe we have got all the tools. We've got the tools, we've got the commitment from our teaching profession as well as our learners to address this fully.